Hello friends, it's Lorian Witch here with your monthly reading for October for all 12 signs. This introduction actually is just going to be the same because I wanted to reach every single one of you and basically say a big huge hug and a big thank you to your consistent support, your comments, your interactions. People on Facebook who've been liking some of my posts, Twitter, which I'm now back on. I did get hacked temporarily, but I'm on Twitter again now, and generally just being awesome people, subscribing, sharing videos. I think I've mentioned in several other videos that I did not expect as big of an audience, mainly, and resonance with a lot of people. So the fact that you will really connect with me as well as a reader, that means a lot, and I like that you show your support. To my patrons on Patreon, thank you so much as well. Every little helps, honestly. It's really, I'm going to do everything that I can to invest in this channel and hopefully address you more personally in the future and get more tarot decks, get more ways and methods of giving you these messages. And it's a shame that I've not got enough to invest at this point in time myself, but any help that you have is amazing. Also to the people who've asked for readings from me, every time you send me an email and say, you know, that you have resonated with the reading and, you know, the feedback that I get, and you tell me, you know, where you feel that the reading has taken you and the messages, it just validates a lot of what I do, and it keeps me really on a higher vibration. I didn't anticipate that this beginning was going to be so rambly and full of love. However, I'm very pleased that it is. It's probably because Mercury's in Libra right now or something, I don't know. But yes, I really, really enjoy talking to all of you, and thank you so much. Details of how to get in touch with me for a reading. I do Skype now, and video and email. I also do customized readings, so if you don't see anything that you feel suits you, do ask me via email and let me know. Facebook, message me if you need to, connect with me on there. I'm not just a reader on the side of the screen. I am here trying to connect with every one of you. If I could come and give you a high five and do a personal reading for every single one of you, I probably would. But yeah, just thank you so much, and check out the ways to contact me. They'll also be at the end of your reading as well. It does apply to your sun, rising and moon sign. I think if I was to get into any other planet, it might be a little bit of a shaky thing there, but hopefully September will has been good to you, and we're now going into October. Very looking forward to seeing what holds for you. So let's get to your monthly sign reading. Hello fellow Scorpios, thank you for tuning into your monthly reading. We have this week the Truth Seekers Tarot. Who's it by? David Fontana. Now, I just thought it'd be nice to kind of create something a little bit different. My other decks are quite tired from doing all the readings, and I haven't had the opportunity to buy a new deck yet, but I thought I'd borrow my mother's, considering it's the birthday month of the Librans. She's a Libran, and I thought I'd use her deck, and I asked the cards and they seem to be absolutely fine with me using them, so we have them. And we also have the Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. Now these cards seem to be a little bit all over the place recently, but I think they've kind of come into adolescence. I know it sounds strange, but they do seem to be a little bit testing me recently. So overall, let's have a look. I mean, we do have 4 cards, one for each week of the month. I think these could bleed into each other, the way that I'm seeing and the messages that I'm getting. Don't be put off by 2, maybe 3 of the cards that you see here. I also wish that you could actually see the golden shine. But anyway, let me take a look and tune into what it seems to say for you. Now, when the Queen of Wands came out, I actually did have to laugh, because the Queen of Wands to me, if I do, for instance, a general spread for myself just to see if there's any themes coming up. The Queen of Wands always comes up when it's my friend from New Zealand going to be contacting me, because she's a Leo, and the personality of her is dead on the Queen of Wands. Now she's actually coming, or potentially, not 100% sure yet, she's coming to England in the first week of October. And I feel that she's not alone with this. I'm not the only Scorpio who's going to have a friend coming into their life the first week of October who may be a little bit impulsive, who could actually present themselves in a little bit of a fantastical way, believing in things that aren't 100% there. Now, I know that could be any of us. We believe in the spiritual when we haven't got any, as the scientists would say, specific evidence. But this, I mean, I would say that she does believe in unicorns, or this person does have a little bit of fantastical grandeur visions sometimes. They go into things potentially believing. Now, I'm not putting a sign to this person, so you read into it however you want, but this person does seem like they have a particular faith in that everything is going to turn out fine. For instance, if they just went on a boat, it would take them to safety automatically. They don't need to learn how to steer. That kind of exuberance, but also warmth, very homely, likes to take care of people. They like to make them feel involved and wanted, but they also maybe have a slight selfish streak in that they like talking about themselves and they don't take advice very well. This person is the centre of your first week of October, and this person also, I think, is going to be there to give you a sense of what you want in your life. September was an immense, absolutely draining in some cases, exuberating in others, exhilarating force of energy. Now this friend seems to come in to settle you down a little bit. I mean, they're still like a whirlwind, and you probably just want to have some peace and quiet, damn it, and get it over with. But she just seems to come in, or he, seems to come in and kind of remind you that there's still life out there. You don't have to hide away from the world, even if your psychic energy's been drained. You don't have to be down on yourself if you've been disappointed with the way that the month turned out. You don't have to be worried about every little thing, for instance, finances, this, that, the other. You don't have to worry. You're fine, you know? And I think this person is coming in just to give you a little bit of that. Very nice energy, not harmful at all. Maybe a little bit annoying sometimes, because I think with Scorpios we're very practical in what we want. How we know how to get it. We're not pessimists, we're not optimists. I think we're mainly realists. Some of us actually differ, I think, or lean more into optimism or slight pessimism. But I think at the fundamental core we are realists. We know what we want, we know how we can get it. But this person seems to come in and think that they're going to get it by jumping into the sea and swimming the channel or something. You know, it's that kind of out of the box way of thinking. Now in the second week we have the Five of Pentacles. Now this one is quite interesting because it doesn't, normally it means that you may feel out in the cold or a little bit left alone, but this one I feel that you still roots, I think here. Roots are going down. You may feel kind of like you're trapped inwards and your abilities aren't getting the recognition they deserve. I feel also like your finances, which is actually, here we go, Saturn in the second house of finance for Scorpios. You may have to rein yourself in a little bit this week and just try and focus yourself on the things that you do need and the things that you don't need. So if you don't need to spend that £10 or whatever it is on Netflix, don't do it. If you don't have to spend £15 on a birthday card, don't do it. If you have somebody whose birthday is this month, you don't have to spend this much of money. And I think you're going to feel restricted by that because you want to spoil things. You maybe want to be a little bit more free with finances, but it's just asking you to make sure that you're not going out of the ordinary in what you need to do. Similarly, actually, here we go. I know it's not exactly the same tower in the second week with the Five of Pentacles, but this tower in the third week seems to give you a little bit of a shake. I would say the towers are related, even though the roof is slightly different, because the way I see it is you've kind of changed things. You maybe have built things up. The image is slightly different. You may have had there may be issues with solar flares this week, because if you look at it, the sun sorry, my third throat chakra decided to play up then. Kind of tingled. Okay, so the sun is creating this change. So there may be an issue with solar flares. This is not a bad thing. The way that I'm getting this is actually something that you've wanted to happen is coming through, and it's almost shaking you out of this stage of your life where you may be thinking that every week is now going to be like the Five of Pentacles week. I think something here is going to be like, okay, so you wanted this? Alright, here you go. And the rug is pulled from underneath you. You're sent into a tizzy. This does not work with your plans. This does not fit in with anything that you're wanting to do. For instance, giving you a example, if you've been sending out queries for representation, for art, writing, things like that, and you have yet to hear anything back from anybody that's positive, or you're just kind of going on and you never think you're going to round a corner of something and get there, this is a very positive omen to me. I know, oh, it's the tower, it means that no, this is something that I'm getting that's different. I don't read into doom and gloom often. When I do, it's very sharp, honest and true, and I would not steer you wrong. With this one, this is positive. It may throw you for a loop. It may give you head over heels, topsy-turvy. You may not know where the hell you're going to land. It sends you into disarray. You may have sent out a query and you haven't actually paid the book attention or paid the work much attention over the last few months. Now you're hastily working all the hours of the day, trying to get things sorted, trying to organise yourself and make sure that it's the best it can possibly be, because this person expects it in the next 2 days. It's that kind of energy. Apply that to something else that you're waiting on, and you can see the kind of steps that you may be asked to take here. So it's very strong. It's very positive. And coming up in the fourth week, things die down again. You have you have two towers in the background. And I do feel that there's almost a case of you're kind of waiting. You've sent this off. You're waiting for something to come into fruition here. You're still having to tie yourself financially, yes. But at the same time, you're still hoping that this other person or this other situation is going to free you up enough to do what you wanted to do all along and get this going. Because it's kind of like the calm after the storm. Okay, you've done it all, okay, alright, I've sent it off, or okay, I've sorted it all out now. Brilliant, thank you for the unexpected opportunity. Silence. Nothing. And you seem to be waiting for a decision or for some more communication, which is understandably frustrating, but I do feel that take solace in the fact of you not hearing anything. If it was really if it was easy, it wouldn't take this long, to be honest. So just sit back. This is a card of patience here that's coming up for me. You may be howling at the moon because it's driving you crazy, but don't worry about it. I don't see you being washed up yet. I do see you having an opportunity to come through here. So from being maybe exhausted at the beginning of the month, you seem to come out on top, and this is really good for me to see as a fellow Scorpio, and this is also very good for you all to see too. Now we have the journey as the overall card, and this I think is the spiritual as well as the physical journey. You've carried a heavy burden or maybe some heavy dreams that you may not have felt you have been able to give light to necessarily. And I also believe that this sort of case of looking back at where you've come from, you don't want to, go backwards, but you just want a little bit of a rest. And I think this is the kind of slingshot forwards that September gave you. It really did propel you towards something here. This is quite good. It's very good energy, but it's saying now you can start again. Now you have the opportunity to move forwards and put things into place that maybe you didn't feel you could do before. Take a leaf out of this friend's book in the first week of October. Be a little bit daring. Be a little bit out there if necessary, and just try and kind of make something that you're proud of. Sometimes it's hard to understand, what you have to focus on. And there are various different things that you can do that. But if you want me to take a look into a reading for you, I would be absolutely honoured to have a look and see what's on your personal path. You can also support me on Patreon, I think, for the continued investment in this channel to try and give you the best readings via maybe even different methods. And connect with me on Facebook, Twitter, however you want to give me the feedback of your own resonance with the readings. I really do appreciate it, as I said at the beginning. But I do hope that October is the way that I see it for you. I do believe it is going to be very beneficial, and I would also say that you can take some good stock this month and be very pleased with some of the events that are coming through for you. So fellow Scorpios, do take care of yourself, and I will look forward to reading for you in our birthday month, yay, in November.